I find the people who are making the Remain case more cogent than I do the people who are making the Out case, many of whom do not have very distinguished records in British public life. I would say I'm about 75% mind made up about how I'm going to vote. We live in a very, very dangerous world, and I don't think I've thought it was this dangerous probably through most of my adult lifetime. It is really bad, and I think it would be absurd at that moment to ostentatiously flounce out and shun our neighbours who, as a European historian, I'm very aware of the myriad historical connections on every level that we have with our neighbours. Don't like the idea of us embarking on what I regard as little more than a romantic fantasy, which could quite easily end up in us being nowhere and falling through all the cracks, and then having to negotiate a lot of deals which would drag on for decades. This country really would be of very little account one way or the other, which would be absurd given it's the world's fifth biggest economy. This whole referendum is taking place against a backdrop of Europe's obvious inability to deal with chaotic flows of migrants, refugees, asylum seekers, economic migrants, whatever you want to call them that. So the images that you see on television or read about in the newspapers are not good. And then on top of that, you've got the whole terrorist thing. So I think it's quite an unfortunate time to be having this debate